Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this last day of March, which is March 31st, 2024. And I hope everybody had a great Sunday out there and a happy Easter to everyone as well. Tomorrow is April 1st, which is April Fool's Day, but there is no fooling in today's video, or tonight's video that is. And also we're going to be talking about your Tuesday forecast as well. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation, also the Watches Warning Advisory map, also the Storm Prediction Center outlook for your Monday and Tuesday. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button today and you're in. And also make sure, like I said, make sure you hit it before you leave this video. Also, join the Mike Bass Weather Forecast channel. Send them my way. Love to have them. And let's go ahead and get the show on the road there, folks. And we're going to discuss a little bit of weather. But also like these videos and share these videos before you continue on into the video. Alright, as you can see, we got high pressure over much of Canada, through portion of Minnesota, back in through Washington, Oregon State, down to California, Nevada, Gulf of California, and also into Mexico, the Yucatan Peninsula, also into Jamaica, Cuba, the Bahamas, Florida, Florida Keys, and to the southeast from portions of Louisiana to North Carolina, and a little bit up toward New Brunswick and Newfoundland as well. Also, we got mixed precipitation up here in portion of Maine, also down in portion of New Hampshire, Vermont, down in Massachusetts, and also in New York State. Thunderstorms and showers for your portion of Southern California through Arizona, northern Mexico, also into New Mexico, Texas, down to Virginia, back into Texas as well. And here's them severe thunderstorms I was talking about. Like I said, there's no joking in tomorrow's weather forecast. Alright, and April Fool's Day, that is. Alright, severe weather from portion of Oklahoma, Texas, all the way over toward portion of Kentucky, Indiana, and Illinois. And also we have some red slashed areas, some heavy rain and flash flooding possible from portion of Missouri over towards Ohio as well. And we have some critical fire weather over in portion of western Texas. All of this activity is, like I said, for Monday, April 1st, that is, 2024. Alright, now let's move on to your Tuesday forecast. Now this is April 2nd. Alright, you can see we've got high pressure over much of Canada, through portion of Washington, Oregon State, through all the way over toward portion of Wisconsin, down to Iowa, to Texas, the Gulf of California, much of Mexico, the Yucatan Peninsula, Jamaica, Cuba, the Bahamas, central and southern Florida, a little bit toward New Brunswick, also in the portion of Newfoundland, and also portion of northern Maine. Alright, we got some shower activity, mixed precipitation over Washington, Oregon State, more showers over here in portion of Idaho and Montana. A little bit of mixed precipitation down here in portion of New Mexico. Same up here in portion of Wisconsin, Illinois, over to Michigan, to Illinois and Indiana. Same proportion of Pennsylvania up toward Maine. Also, we got thunderstorms and showers from up here portions of Ohio to Pennsylvania to New Jersey, Delaware, down to the Carolinas, North Florida, back to Louisiana, back to Missouri, Kansas, and also in the portion of Iowa. In the yellow slashed area, we have some severe thunderstorm possible from portions of Maryland, D.C., Delaware, Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, portion of Alabama, Mississippi, and northwest Georgia. We'll talk about that in later video, toward the end of this video, excuse me, about the severe weather. All of this, yeah, northern Ohio, and also back in the portion of Iowa, and also into Minnesota. More activity from portions of South Dakota, back to Montana, to Idaho, back into Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, California, Nevada, a little bit over Texas as well. Remainder of the forecast area is dry, mainly the southeast, portion of the northeast, and the Pacific Northwest as well. Alright, let's move on to the watches, warning, advisory map. As you can see, we got some flood watches up here in portions of Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, and also in the portions of Kentucky. Hydro issues over portions of Illinois and Indiana. We got a severe thunderstorm warning over portions of Illinois as well. Also, we have some river flood warnings down in portions of Mississippi, Alabama, and portions of Louisiana, and also South Georgia. A little bit in the PD region of South Carolina and the southeast North Carolina region, and also up toward the Maryland and Delaware vicinity as well, and Rhode Island, Boston, Massachusetts regions also. Alrighty. Let's see. We got some red flag warnings up here in Port of Colorado, New Mexico. Eastern New Mexico, western Texas, also north the Panhandle of Texas, portion of Oklahoma, southwestern portions of Kansas. Also, we have some winter weather advisory, winter storm warning for portions of over here in portions of Nebraska, back into portions of Wyoming, Utah, portions of Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and also into portions of Nevada. A little bit down in Southern California with some river flood warnings. Watches there. I can't talk. Flood watches are in effect for that region as well. High wind warnings in effect for portions of Colorado and West Texas. Wind advisories there also, and also in portions of southeastern areas of Arizona. Hawaiian Chain Island looks a-okay. We still got some areas of blizzard warning along coastal areas of Alaska. Inland areas, we have winter weather advisory and also some wind advisory. Some also up toward the north. Blizzard warning to the north. And also around coastal areas, we have some areas of small craft advisory, gale warnings there as well, and also some freeze and spray warnings there in the blue. Also, we have some gale warnings in effect for California, Washington State, and a little bit over here along the Outer Banks in North Carolina. Storm Prediction Center time. Alright, you can see we got an enhanced risk of severe weather extending from Oklahoma City, Norman, Tuscaloosa, up toward the Springfield area, toward Jefferson, and also toward St. Louis, Missouri. We are in the enhanced risk for severe weather. This is the greatest severe weather chance for tornado, damaging winds, and large hail. Slight risk from Cincinnati to Louisville, down toward Dallas, Wichita, Fort Steele, also just east of Oklahoma and west of there. Amarillo, down towards San Antonio, Austin, Waco, all the way far east as Roanoke, also into Charleston, just west of around the Richmond area. Columbus, Ohio, and also Peoria, Illinois. Marginal risk is that. The yellow area, what I called out from Cincinnati to Dallas, you are in a slight risk for severe weather. General thunderstorm from Raleigh down to Houston, down toward Brownsville. Same from Los Cocos, also down toward El Paso to Tulsa, Oklahoma to San Diego, up towards Grand Junction and Denver. General thunderstorm activity expected. Alright. The tornado probability, 5% risk here in the Browns, extending from Oklahoma City, Norman, over toward Evansville, over toward also toward Louisville, Kentucky. We have 2% from Cincinnati to Charleston, West Virginia, Little Rock down to Waco, Texas, also down to San Antonio, Fort Steele, and also Waco, Texas. 2% risk for a tornado on your Monday. Damaging winds. We have 30% here in the red, and we have a 15% in the yellow and a brown from Richmond to Charleston back to San Antonio to Amarillo. 5% risk, 15% from Cincinnati to Dallas, and up here towards Evansville and St. Louis, Jefferson and Springfield, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma. You're in the 30% for chance for damaging winds over 70 miles per hour. Large hail, 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow, 30/30 is in the red slashed area, yellow in the slashed area, Wichita, Fort Steele, Norman, Oklahoma City, up toward Tulsa, also up toward Springfield. You're in the 30% risk for damaging winds and large hail in 2 inches in diameter. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. This is for your Tuesday. The severe weather moves east. We got general thunderstorms over toward Phoenix and Tucson, Arizona. Same proportion to Houston, up toward Del Monte, Iowa, up toward Milwaukee, Chicago, up toward New York City, toward Wilmington to Columbia, Charlotte, all the way down to Tallahassee, also Dalton, Alabama. General thunderstorm, the marginal risk, extending from Mobile, Alabama to Jackson, Mississippi, Greenville up to Memphis, all the way up to Springfield, Pittsburgh, Fort Wayne, Philadelphia. You're included in the slight risk of severe weather, and we have an enhanced risk for severe weather up towards Cincinnati, Louisville, and also just north of Bowling Green and northeast of there as well, and also Charleston, West Virginia. You're included as well. All right, the probability would be for severe weather. Like I say, pretty much the brown is Philadelphia to Springfield to Jackson. You're in the 5%. From Chattanooga to Jackson, Tennessee, all the way up to Columbus, Ohio, back toward Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C., 15%. And around Louisville, Kentucky, Bowling Green, and also towards Cincinnati, Ohio, surrounding areas, you are in the 30% risk for severe weather on your Tuesday. All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening, folks, and happy Easter once again.